My name is Alexandra, and my father, same time that I was there in Havana, which was 1957, the same man, Pedro, invited me to lunch, but he had a business appointment at the same time, we went to the La Floridita bar, which was a hangout, I guess, for Ernest Hemingway, and he sat me up at the bar next to this bearded man and went into the back part of the restaurant where there were some businessmen. And it turned out that this was Ernest Hemingway. And my mind went totally blank. I couldn't remember a thing that he'd written, and I'd read everything that he ever wrote. But I was so dumbfounded that I was sitting next to Ernest Hemingway drinking a margarita, which the bar was famous for. So we talked fishing. That's the only thing I could think of, you know, was talk about fishing. And I asked him what lines he used and what bait he used. And he thought I was brilliant, and he told Pedro, you know, what an intelligent young woman I was. But I thought, and he caught a marlin too. But I don't really remember, you know, anything, because I used to love to fish, and I knew a little bit about fishing, not deep sea fishing. My father used to take me deep sea fishing, and I'd be seasick the whole time. So that wasn't my cup of tea. River fishing and lake fishing I did, but not, and I was never a trout fisher. But that was my sojourn in Havana between Errol Flynn and Ernest Hemingway. They lived very close to the old Warner Brothers studios. And Betka and I would go over there and sneak in. That's when Captain Blood, the movie, first came out.
It's the world against us, and us against the world.
We would play Captain Blood. We'd sneak into the old Warner Brothers studio, and there was half a ship there, and swing off the rafter, the masts and everything. And we always knew when the guard would come by, so we hid. He knew something was going on, but we'd sneak in during the fence. And little did I know that years later, I would meet Errol Flynn in Havana, and I was there on vacation, and a friend of my mother's, who was the manager of in the Nacional Hotel, which was a beautiful hotel, in the dining room and the entertainment, and introduced me to several people, but this one man in particular, his name was Pedro, and I don't remember his last name, had a so-called yacht and invited me to go fishing the next day on the yacht. And the night before, I'd had a couple of drinks. I don't drink, and I'm not a drinker. I had a terrible hangover. And the limousine came to get me first and put me on this boat that was going up and down, and I got terribly seasick. And I was leaning over the side because I thought, sure, I was going to vomit. And somebody tapped me on the shoulder and said, "Hi there, my name is Flynn, what's yours?" And I said, "I think I'm going to vomit." And he looked startled and said, "Well, I've had all kinds of reactions to me, but never one like that." And I was sick the whole time, and I was trying to be charming and beautiful, and all I did was get sick. So that was and I told him when I could, you know, that how much we admired, my girlfriend and I admired Captain Blood, and how we played Captain Blood. And Rosanna Rory was there, and some other, and the director, I don't know his name, but they were there filming The Big Boodle, and I think it was 1957. So that was how I, from Captain Blood to Errol Flynn and The Big Boodle, that's how that came about.
Yeah!